Hey, Kerry Grinkmeyer with Best of U.S. Homes. Want to give an update on my feelings on Zillow. I got a question shortly after Zillow lost another 20% of its value last week of how I felt about my investment of $50,000 into investment and their profit statement at the end of third quarter. The reason the value of their stock went down is their premier agent revenues aren't continuing to grow at the rate that they used to. They're still growing. They're growing substantially, but not at the rate that they did. And that's kind of to be expected, I would think, that you only have so many leads to put out, and you have so many agents to purchase them, and there is something of a cap on that. But the investors don't like it. The other thing the investors don't like is their deviation from their original business plan. They've bought a mortgage company. They're going deeper and deeper into Zillow offers, which started in Phoenix. But I think that is really the brilliance of what they're doing. They went into Phoenix, and in the first month that they promoted and offered Zillow Offers, which is in simple terms, I have a house for sale. I invite Zillow to come out and look at my house and offer me a cash offer for the home. And if I like the offer, I take the cash, I move out, they then flip the home and sell it. The first month they did that in Phoenix, roughly, again, if you believe their numbers, 15% of the new offerings that month in Phoenix contacted Zillow and had an agent come out and give them a price. The next month, it went up to 25%, and last month it was up to 35%. Now think of that, 35% of the people who list their homes in that month contacted Zillow and had an agent come out. What fascinated me of that is they actually only took 1% of them as listings. In other words, entered into here's a check for your house, thank you very much, goodbye. But 45%, or excuse me, 45% of that 35% said, no, we won't take your check and sell you the house, but we will list our home with you. That's pretty substantial. Now, what they're doing, as I understand it, is they are then turning that listing over to an agent, a premier agent, and then the premier agent doesn't pay for the lead. He actually shares a referral fee of 25% for selling the listing. So now they've turned a business into actually sharing with the agent the commissions that are being earned. Well, they're feeding the agents with the buyer listings. Now they're feeding them the seller listings. If you do the numbers and say that Zillow expands this to something in the neighborhood of 200 cities across the United States, they're at 7 right now, they'll double their earnings of about $1 billion a year by bringing on these seller leads. The thing that then concerns me, and why I've hedged my bet, as I've said, is if they're providing me with the buyer lead and they're also providing me with the seller lead, and not even a lead, they're actually handing me the client, at what point do they say, no, 25% isn't good enough? We're doing all the work, we're providing everything for you. We'll just pay you a fee for servicing our people, because we also now own a mortgage company, so we're going to do the mortgage on them. I've read they're looking at buying a property and casualty insurance company, so they're going to sell them homeowners insurance. It's like Spencer Ruskoff said, he's going to turn it into a 3-click process. And with the data that they're gathering, with the artificial intelligence that they're going to put forward, they're going to make a very strong move to control and own this industry. Now, the only thing that I think can upset their apple cart is, I read an article also that the brokerage firms of Las Vegas are trying to restrict or keep them from getting the listings in the city. If they do that, that will bring Zillow to a roaring halt. But I don't know that the courage exists within the realtor organization to cut the cord and say, no, Zillow, you don't get the IDX feed anymore. I don't think that'll happen. I think we are going to have 2 forms of real estate in the future, and one of them is going to be controlled by Zillow, and the other is going to be controlled by the strongest and the healthiest and the brokerage firm that has the most data. And I'm betting that's Keller Williams. I'm betting they're going to develop a comparable or better internet platform that's going to challenge Zillow for a better user experience. So I felt an obligation, because I did get a note asking me from one of my videos how I felt now about my investment. I feel very good about it. The other stock I own a substantial amount of is that of Amazon.com, because I think eventually either Zillow is going to be the Amazon.com of real estate, or Amazon.com will buy them. And either way, that would be a win for me. So that's where I'm at. Got some other things I want to share with you in the near future. Happy selling. Really keep up on this if you're a real estate agent, because your future is going to change, or your world's going to change in the very near future. Happy selling. Bye.